Well, every week, Peter Sashecki from Everything Financial joins us on the show with advice on how to best manage our money and make the most of our savings. And as we reach the end of the year, Peter joins us now in studio with a look back at his top tips of the year. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you. And now that the turkey coma is over, we're all ready to start the new year off.
We're all ready to start the new year and have those New Year's resolutions that we've been talking about. But the top tips, so we're going to go over some of the things that we've been talking about all year, but people tend to forget. And the first one is, and you're pretty big on this, is to don't buy into the hype and pay unnecessary fees on your mortgage or your investments.
That's right. We talked last week about the portfolio manager, but make this the commitment, mortgages and your investments, to not pay unnecessary fees. And remember, part of what we've done all year is to try and teach the viewers to ask the questions they don't even know they're supposed to ask. Start demanding to know the fees. If you're looking at a mortgage, which we've talked so much about with interest rates in the past year, maybe you're refinancing or getting a new mortgage, you're allowed to ask for the differences. What am I paying in commission? The 1 year, the variable mortgage versus the 5-year mortgage.
Because it changes.
It does change, and there's a significant change from a variable or a 1-year mortgage to a 5-year mortgage. You will be surprised, but unfortunately, you don't find out till quite late in the process where it's kind of too late because you're about to go sign the paperwork and you can't change it now. Asking about fees with investments and mortgages, even your life insurance, whatever the case may be, that should be your first question. No different than going to the dentist or getting your car fixed. What's it going to cost me? Start asking those questions. That's your New Year's resolution. That's the tip from last year. It's both.
Okay.
Find out.
That's one of your top tips. Another top tip you have is to not fall victim to RRSP season hype. There is no such thing as an RRSP season. You've been saying this all year.
You have to put into the swear jar now, just like my staff. If they say that, that is the swear word, RRSP season. No, there's an RRSP deadline to count for last year. That's it. Plan early. We talked about that back in February and throughout the year a few times. Plan now. That's the thing. Get it done early so you don't buy an unnecessary amount of RSPs at the deadline because you feel pressured. Plan early. That's one of the best things you can do. Do you know when RSP season, I hate that word, you know it, starts?
It's
today.
Every day, yeah.
Every day. Every day it starts to plan. What do I need so I don't buy more than I need? Buying more RSPs is not a retirement plan. It's giving more money back to CRA, and that's not a good thing.
And you're a big proponent of contributing all year round so that you do have a sense of where you are when the end of the year comes.
That's right. And maybe you only need to top up a little bit, but then it's not a pressured decision. You've done most of the legwork through your financial plan during the year, and then it might be, oh, I made a little bit more, or I got a little bonus at work. I'm in a slightly higher tax bracket. Maybe I need an extra $250 or $500 or whatever the case may be, because I've done the heavy lifting through the rest of the year.
Okay, something that you were calling the new RRSP is a TFSA, to start a real TFSA for retirement. That's your top tip.
That's the top tip we talked about last year a few times. A real TFSA, and I call it a real TFSA because TFSA, tax-free savings account, and most people fall victim to just putting them in a 1 or 2% interest plan. Well, yeah, you don't pay tax on that, but you almost make no interest either. I said, use a TFSA and talk to your portfolio manager because you just took that advice and make it part of your retirement plan. And if you're making a good amount of return on that TFSA, and then like tip number 2, you find out you need more money for your RSP, you can pull it from your TFSA tax-free, put it in your RSP, and get a tax refund, which means, my favorite thing, you just stuck it to CRA twice. What better thing to do than beat the government twice at their own game?
Well, that's something we always love about you, is that you're pretty no-nonsense and you always have great advice for us. And thanks for your top tips, and Happy New Year, Peter.
Happy New Year to you too. Look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Sure will.